a winter glow up guide with you guys, because currently right now in Australia we are in winter and the sun is not out as much. Today it was a beautiful day, so happy and grateful for that, but most of the time it is rainy, it is freezing cold, our motivation drops down, especially when it comes to our goals that we want to achieve. So I'm going to talk all the things that I have been focusing on and that you can focus on to get a winter glow up. When there is winter and grey clouds and stormy skies around, you don't even feel motivated to do your goals. You don't even feel motivated sometimes to do your errands. I feel like this sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to get out there in the pouring rain. Believe me, you are not alone. So we're going to get into this episode and talk all the things that I do and that I'm trying to strive to do so that I can hit my goals, so that I can achieve the things that help me glow up in all different aspects of my life. Now, before we get started, if you're interested, please pop a little subscribe, a like, a follow, or a review on the podcast that you are listening to, or YouTube where you are watching, because it literally means the world to me. I've just started this out and I'm so excited to connect with you guys, and I want to know more about what you want to hear when it comes to tips and tricks and little vlogs and everything like that. So I appreciate all the help that you guys give me. Now, before we get started, I'm going to get into the favorites that I've been loving this past week. Rookie season 6 has just come out on Netflix in Australia and we have been hooked. I've been watching it non-stop and I just love the characters. I love how fun it is to watch. It's such a good watch. If you haven't watched it already, make sure you check it out, and I feel like I want to just re-watch the whole series now because of that. In terms of beauty products, I have been loving my L'Oreal True Match foundation. I feel like it is absolutely stunning. I've got it on right now. I don't know if you can really see in this camera, but it just makes me look flawless. It stays all day and it also just really complements my skin. I feel like my skin is sensitive, it can be dry sometimes, it is acne prone, and I feel like this doesn't clog my pores as well. So I've absolutely been loving that. And then another thing I have been loving is Pinterest. I love Pinterest when it comes to creating vision boards, when it comes to romanticizing my life, when it comes to wanting to have inspiration of photos to take. I love Pinterest, but I've also been loving it recently for recipes. I feel like it's been so good in me being able to look up new recipes, because that has been some of my goals for the end half of this year, is trying new recipes, baking more, you know, just trying things that are out of the norm. And I feel like Pinterest just has some amazing ideas when I'm feeling stuck on my recipes and I need to go meal prep. So let's get into the episode. Here's my tips and tricks on how you're going to glow up during winter. Number one, which I recommend for all different avenues of your life, is to plan ahead. Now, especially when it comes to movement or workouts, I love planning ahead. I book in all my Pilates classes for the next 2 months or so. If you have a membership like that, make sure you're booking in advance and not just waiting to the night before, because you may not feel motivated when you go to bed that night, which then you won't wake up to go to your next class. But if you've already booked it in a month before and you know it's a part of your routine, you will keep going. Maybe you need to ask a friend to become a gym buddy and that you plan to go together, so that you have that other person that keeps you reliable and accountable to going to these workouts. Maybe you check the weather and you see which days are really sunny outside that you can actually go on an outdoor walk, and you plan that outdoor walk with a best friend, with your dog, with yourself, and you put it in your calendar and you make sure that you stick to it. And then maybe you need to work out the other days when it's gloomy outside, when it's raining, that you do a workout at the gym, at your home. You could watch a YouTube video and follow that, or book in a class somewhere, try something different. It is so important to plan ahead, because then you're not going to feel disheartened when you don't actually follow through with it, or you haven't actually had a plan to your day. By the end of the day you go, oh, I wish I went and worked out today, but you actually didn't even have it in your schedule at all. Of course you're probably not going to work out if you didn't have it in your schedule, in your calendar, planned ahead. When it comes to planning ahead for your skincare, maybe put in your calendar which night you want to do a face mask. Maybe you want to do a full skincare routine. Maybe you have a red light therapy mask. Maybe you have gua sha and you want to do that 3 times a week, whether that's morning or night. Find a routine that works for your skin and that works for your time that you have available, and make sure you put it in your calendar, because the more love that we give to our skin on the inside and the outside, the more you're going to see it glowing on the outside. When it comes to planning for your health, maybe start meal prepping. Maybe this isn't something that you've done before. Maybe you're opting for foods that aren't as healthy. So start planning ahead, look up recipes, like I said, on Pinterest, or try something new. Ask a friend or a family member for a recipe and try that. I actually did protein like overnight Weet Bix the other week, and that was something new. I didn't really do a good recipe the first time, but it's always trial and error. And I feel like trying something new that was meal prepped meant that in the mornings when I have a very short time between Pilates and work, that I've got something that I can just quickly grab and eat a bit. I know I'm getting protein in. I know that I'm regulating my blood sugars before I have coffee. And so that for me means that my health is a priority. Something else, I also slow cooked pork all day yesterday, so that is in there for lunches, dinners. I had it for lunch today, just on like a little Turkish roll with some salad. It was so delicious, and it means instead of me reaching for snacks, I've got these already healthy proteins done in my fridge, ready to use, and I don't need to make a mess of the kitchen 24/7, which I feel like sometimes I do. Another thing I meal prepped is savory mince. I love using this with any kind of veggies. You can have it with salad, you can have it with veggies. I love to put cottage cheese with it. It is just so good. It can go on roast veggies, and I love that it's so versatile. Make sure that your vitamins are maybe somewhere where you see them. Maybe where you're opening your cupboard every single day to get your morning coffee. Maybe right out on the counter every single day before you grab your bag for work. Maybe it's in your bathroom right next to the stuff where you brush your teeth. Make sure you're taking your vitamins, because believe me, they will help you from the inside out. Now, I don't have any specific supplements that I recommend. If you want me to get more into that with terms of my acne prone skin, then please let me know and I can do another video or podcast all about that, my journey, what has helped me, and why I want to share what has helped with the other girlies who are out there suffering with hormonal acne. So please let me know if that's something you want to see. Another thing that can help with your health is putting your journal right beside your bed. So that's going to prompt you when you wake up that you need to write down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. Or maybe before you go to bed, 3 things that you are grateful that happened during the day, things that you are proud of about your day, anything like that. Having the journal out instead of like hidden in a cupboard or put away somewhere where you're not going to then see it, which means you're not going to then do it. I highly recommend this because I've been off of my gratitude journal for so long because I put it somewhere where I didn't even know where it was. I need to put it right beside my bed because that was when I was the most productive in doing my list of 3 things I'm grateful for. So I'm starting that again this week and I can't wait to see how that goes. I kind of want to do like a 75 soft or medium challenge soon, just to keep myself going. So if that's something that you want to see going out of winter, maybe into spring or maybe in summer, please let me know because I'd love to do that with you guys. Something I need to focus on, and maybe you're the same, is your food when it comes to wintertime. Why? Because especially here, there is not as much fresh fruit that is in season right now. I love summertime fruit when you have mangoes, peaches, nectarines, all of that makes it so much easier for me to get my fruit intake during the day. Whereas in winter, things just aren't in a season as much. Maybe you're just more drawn towards warming foods, comfort foods. I totally get that. Maybe you just need to reevaluate how many fruit and veggies and how many healthy ingredients are you putting into your daily routine, because believe me, your skin will love it, your health will love it, your happiness will love it, and it will just mean just a little tweak maybe is all that you have to do to make sure that you're getting in your fruit and veggie intake. Maybe like me, you snack when you're bored, and because we're inside a lot during winter time, we're not out with our friends, we're not out lapping up the sunshine, maybe you're eating things when you're just bored. Maybe you need to relook at this and find some other hobbies that you could maybe do inside that will keep you entertained, such as painting, drawing. It could be reading. I am absolutely in my reading era right now and I love it. Maybe it's, who knows, pottery. I don't know, whatever you feel like you could do at home that is something different that could maybe keep you from being bored and keep you from feeling unhappy. That is something so important as well to focus on during this winter time. Something to do with your skin to make sure you're glowing on the outside is making sure that you are hydrating your skin so much during winter, because the air around us is drier, our skin then becomes drier. So you need to focus on moisturizing your skin so much more. I absolutely love after my shower to lather my whole body in moisturizer, and I feel like during the winter it's just so much better because it means that I'm feeling hydrated even when maybe your legs are covered in leggings or jeans or sweatpants or whatever. It's just nice to know that you're still hydrating your body and you're not forgetting about it in the winter time, which can be super common because you're not wearing shorts and bikinis and things like that. I highly recommend, and I love my Vaseline moisturizer. I feel like it just hydrates from within with my body, and I feel like my skin looks glowier when I use it. I've also used other types, but I love anything that is really hydrating and soothing and not got too many fragrances for my personal skin type. What you can also do even before you go in the shower is dry brush. Dry brushing is so good for your lymph system, getting rid of any toxins, which also helps the skin on your face and making sure that you're getting rid of any bad things out of your body. I highly recommend it also to get rid of any dead skin cells, meaning that your skin's going to be more moisturized after your shower as well. Don't forget your face as well. I highly recommend adding in a hyaluronic acid serum to your routine. You can choose to do it in the morning, nighttime, or both, depending on your current routine, but it's just going to add more plumpness to your skin. It's going to add more hydration. Your skin's going to be glowier, and I love using the Neutrogena or the Ordinary's hyaluronic acid serum. You can use whatever one is out there on the market. They hold up to 1,000 times their weight in water, which is why you need to apply it to damp skin. Now, whether you just use water in your skin or whether you want to use a toner, I use a newer toner, and you make sure that you get your skin all damp before you put the serum on, because it's going to cling onto those moisture molecules, that water that's already on your skin, and it's going to help penetrate that deeper into your skin. If you do it on dry skin, you're going to risk it pulling the hydration actually out of your skin. So make sure you don't miss that step when you add it into your routine. I love to do this kind of first. You can always put some other serums on afterwards, but just make sure that you give it time to soak into your skin. I love going in afterwards with a moisturizer. Been using the Beauty of Joseon and also the Neutrogena Hydro Boost at the moment. So just really locking in my skin with a lot more moisture going into the winter months. Another thing I highly recommend doing in this winter time is finding your signature style. Now, your signature style doesn't mean going out and buying a whole new wardrobe and spending hundreds of dollars. It just means buying pieces that are actually going to last. I personally, because I live in Australia, I live in Perth, it is really warm all the time, and winter, we only really wear our winter clothes for like 3 to 4 months maybe, and even then sometimes during the daytime it can be warm enough to not be wearing heaps of layers of coats and sweaters and things. So when I am looking at buying new sweaters or new jeans, I'm really looking at how long they're going to last me. I want them to last me years. I don't want them to last me only 3 months or only this season, so I'm not buying into super trendy things. I'm buying into things that actually fit my body. And I feel like being so intentional with this is really, really good, because it means I'm not just buying everything that I see out there that's new winter merch or new winter stock just because I think it looks cute at the time. I think in winter you can go for pieces like sweaters that have cashmere or have better fabrics that are gonna last you longer, especially when you're gonna wash them. You wanna make sure that they hold their shape and things like that. I have found last year actually these Target jeans, which I absolutely love. I feel like they fit me perfectly. They've got a really nice like kind of wide leg. They don't suffocate my thighs. They also fit around the waist, which if you are a girly who knows the struggle it can be to have things fit around the waist. They're normally like gaping, they just don't fit right, they're not the right length. These are the perfect jeans that I have personally found, so you need to find ones that fit your body perfectly. And I actually just found a blue pair this year, so I was so excited to finally get them, because I realized that buying something that actually fits me and that I feel confident in is way better than just buying all the different jeans out there that I actually don't enjoy wearing and that I'm probably only going to wear for a season because they're trendy but they don't fit me right. So make sure you get things that fit you right and that are your signature style. This could even mean for this winter you don't have it in your budget to buy heaps of new clothes. You could buy some new jewelry or a handbag or shoes, something that is a staple that will just switch up your style, that will just embrace more of the style that is you. This will make you feel happier, it'll make you feel hotter when you go out, and that is a game changer in building confidence. And last, and undoubtedly what I think is also one of the most important things that you should do during this winter to glow up, it is looking at what you're listening to, what you're watching, what you're consuming, and all the things around you that are then impacting on who you are, how you're feeling, the happiness that you have, the confidence that you have, and so much more. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that you are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself by. This could be people in real life. This could be celebrities or influencers, because right now we have our phones in our hands all the time. You may be actually so close to someone because you watch them consistently on YouTube, Instagram, whatever. You're going to start reflecting their values, their likes, their dislikes, and you're going to start thinking like them and acting like them. So make sure that you surround yourself, make sure that you consume, make sure that you watch and listen to things that are building you up. Do a little dig into what you're currently consuming, who you're currently watching, who you're currently hanging out with, the type of music that you're listening to, the podcast, anything like that. Make sure you're looking into what you're actually consuming. Maybe you need to add some more self-development to your lifestyle. Maybe that's a goal that you have. Maybe you need to start listening to podcasts like this one, or maybe you need to start reading some more books. Maybe you need to start watching some YouTube videos of people that you want to learn from and things that you want to add into your life. Maybe you're feeling like you want to move your body more, you want to be more health orientated, then start watching some YouTube videos that give you home workouts that you can follow. Maybe start watching healthy recipe videos that you can start trying. Maybe follow some people on Instagram who show the reality of having a real body, how it moves, that we all have a little bit of cellulite. Don't look at these picture perfect models that are maybe actually bringing you down because you're seeing their bodies, and then that's making you feel like you can't go to the gym and look the way that you look and do the same moves. That is so not true. Maybe find some different people that you can follow that will still give you the advice that you're looking for, but in a way that's going to make you feel motivated. Maybe you want to feel more gratitude and be more grateful in your life. Maybe this means surrounding yourself with other people who share gratefulness. Maybe it's surrounding yourself with people who uplift you and don't talk negatively all the time. That can be a huge game changer in the way that you perceive life and the way that you find happiness. Maybe you're constantly sad and comparing yourself to others. Maybe you need to stop listening to sad music and start listening to upbeat music and dance around the house. Maybe you need to stop scrolling and watching things that you're just comparing yourself to other people. I highly recommend that you need to do a little audit on all the things that you're watching, consuming, surrounding yourself by, and just think of who future you would be surrounded by, who future you would be listening to, watching, sharing, and start doing that. And if that means consuming less, like doing a little digital detox, I am so for that. I feel like I probably need to implement that. So if you're someone who wants to do that, maybe look up a digital detox and start doing that for like a day or a week or something like that, and then just really hone in on when you do go back to your social media, when you do go back to your music or podcasts or books or friends, that you're surrounding yourself with things that uplift you and make you feel happier, healthier, hotter, confident, and just really are good examples and good people in your life. So to end this episode, winter can be hard, the cold can be so hard, motivation can be dropped lower, but it is your time to lock in on those goals. It is your time to find balance. It is your time to make sure that you're still looking after yourself, going after your goals, going after your happiness, looking after your health, because all of this is going to mean so much when you get to that summertime and you just realize that you haven't wasted half the year because you were sad and cold and it was raining outside, right? If you enjoyed this podcast or this YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also give me a 5-star review. I highly am so grateful for anyone who has actually watched or listened to this all the way through. I am just a little beginner creator and I cannot wait to share my journey of becoming hotter, happier, and healthier, and I hope that these little tips and tricks can also help you, give you some motivation, give you some little boost in your step today, whether you're on your hot girl walk, whether you're driving, or whatever you're doing. I hope to be that person that just lifts you up. And you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Steph and I. I want to share all little tips and tricks on there as much as I can with you guys as well. And that's where I'll also hold a lot of my polls for what I'm going to post on my podcast. If there are little questions that I need you guys to help me answer, that is where they're all going to be. Also follow the podcast, Instagram, Glow With Me. I'll pop it in the show notes below for you. I can't wait to share with you guys the tips and tricks that I am doing to become the glowiest version of myself, learning all the different things about my hormonal acne, about happiness, self-development, mindset, juicing recipes, new recipes I'm trying for dinners, feeling in alignment, and so much more. So stick around if you want to be a part of this little glow getter group that I have, and I cannot wait to share more with you guys. Bye.